The trickiest part of an all-star season is not only looking to your players and thinking about the type of games that they played, but also realizing these same people also saw you play, so they know your strategy. So a smart player would somehow, some way be able to downplay their strategy if they're strong, and if they were weaker than they thought they were going to be, they would be able to up their game. But considering these twists in season 22, yeah, this is going to be an interesting all-star season, and it's starting off already even more interesting than the first all-star season did. I should have known a COVID-19 pandemic version of Big Brother was going to be twisty, wild, crazy. Yeah, I shouldn't even be surprised anyway. I've been watching this show since the beginning. But each year I kind of look at the season and I'm kind of just like, ooh, they managed to up the ante. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm Sage Valentine. Quite a few of you guys are probably like, you said you weren't going to do a review of Big Brother 22. I wasn't. And then I started seeing the tweets and hearing all the drama, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this first video. Regarding my other videos, hit the bell for the notifications, and as I upload them, you'll be able to see them. And for those of you who don't know, the live feeds go live 2:30 in the morning, if I remember correct, East Coast time. So if you live in Central, the West Coast, the Southwest, the Northwest, you get where I'm going, check your local listings and sign up for the feeds. Alrighty guys, so this is the first episode, the live premiere of Big Brother All-Stars. The last live premiere I saw was online. It was for BBOTT, Big Brother Over the Top, or maybe it's BBOT. You know what I'm saying, Big Brother Over the Top. Anyways, 16 house guests, from old school to new school, from legends to newbies, from winners to almost winners to early boots. That's pretty much the cast of players we have. So the first person in the house, well, not even in the house because I didn't even go there yet. The first person that was revealed to us was Nicole Franzel. She is a two-time winner of Big Brother and the fiance of Victor from Big Brother 17. On a side note, there's a whole lot of drama around Nicole. There are rumors swirling. I don't even know if it's true, but if you want to go look for them on Twitter, but I don't know. All I know is Nicole's here. She's in this game. She's ready to play. Number 2 is Danny Donato from Big Brother Season 8 and Season 13. She married Dominic from Season 13, and they have a little girl. She said that she had to get herself back into shape to win this game. She won the most vetoes in a season. And she came in second place in Big Brother 8, and in Big Brother 13 she turned on her alliance. All right, the third person entering the house, because you know they let the house guests in 4x4x4x4. So the third person is Davon from Big Brother 17 and 18 back to back. She teaches acting now. She no longer works as a I wouldn't call her a poker player, but she was working in Las Vegas. She was one of the people working at the tables, if I remember correctly. And the game she was basically working on was poker. She was the first person evicted or the second person actually evicted in season 17. And she was the first jury member in season 18. She says now she is intuitive. She said that she was known for being Mama Day and talking too much, but she's no longer Mama Day. She's just Day. She said she's no longer the hothead. She is a new Davon. And the fourth person who is playing Big Brother is Christmas from Big Brother 19. She now has a son named Loyal. She is an author. She has a supplement line, meaning like vitamins and stuff. And she has this online business. It looks like she's doing like online aerobics, and because of the pandemic. And she finished third in Big Brother 19. And she is most known for injuring her foot in Big Brother 19. And she said that in this game, she's going to be full throttle Christmas. So pretty much Big Brother didn't let the house guests rest. Not that they let them rest anyway, but they let them come inside and kind of look in the house. Julie was like, no, you guys are going to play a competition, and this competition will lead to the HOH competition, so 2 of you have the possibility of moving on to the HOH competition. Julie also revealed, before I forget, that each player was individually quarantined. They were tested and they were all clear to play Big Brother, and Julie revealed that she was all clear to play, well, to host Big Brother. But anyway, she said she was standing 12 feet away from the guests. And there's no live audience at all this season, which is understandable considering COVID-19. And she asked the house guest questions. Davon said that she is excited to see people. Danny said that she felt like there was no way that she would be back in the Big Brother house after all this time, and yet right now, here she is. So pretty much, as I said, the rules are that the second they enter the house, they're going to start their first competition, and only 2 will advance to the HOH competition. So that little competition was so crazy that only Christmas moved on from that group. They had about 4 minutes to play the game, and I wished Christmas luck at this point. And I don't mean that in like a shady way. I really wish Christmas luck because a lot of people are iffy about winning that first competition. So, yeah. And on a side note, the house is really colorful this season. I did see like the Julie Chen had this video and she was showing off the house. There's a lot of color. Lots and lots of color. So pretty much after this competition, those 4 were hidden from the house. And I don't know if this is true, but somebody on Twitter was saying that there will be no diary room sessions. It sounds weird to me, but Julie Chen didn't say that. So I'm going to take that info with a grain of salt. All right, as far as the next 4, it's all guys for the next 4. Tyler from season 20. He was the runner-up and America's favorite player. He is still dating Angela. They moved in together to Hilton Head, South Carolina, for those of you who don't know. And they have a jewelry company. He said that he has to change his strategy. He can't be the surfer boy anymore. And basically, to paraphrase what he was saying, he basically like did too much. You know how in Big Brother, a lot of times people warn players not to go in and make like 50,000 different alliances and such. And that's what Tyler did, unfortunately. And he basically wants to win. There's Ian from season 14. He was the winner. He was in final 2 basically with Dan. He says now he has a girlfriend and a job. He won HOH 4 times and 2 vetoes to help himself. He said that he's going to have to play dumb for a while, then let out his inner comp beast. The problem with Ian, though, and I'll say this and then continue on what I'm saying, is that a lot of people know his strategy. A lot of people remember his strategy, and you got to think about how many people in this house watched his season. Because his season, in my opinion, was kind of a turning point for the game, because the game seemed to be flowing a certain way that when they hit season 14, seemed like a turning point, in my opinion. Alrighty, so we move on to Kevin, who I haven't seen in forever. He's from Big Brother 11. He is a senior creative director at an ad agency. He said he's going to bring his alter ego, Anita Vito, into the house, so that should be fun. He has a husband and a ragdoll cat who's so cute. And he said that if he wins, he and his husband want to adopt a child, but I'm thinking they want to adopt a child anyway. And he is famous for backstabbing Jordan. I remember that. And he basically lost the final HOH. So he kind of sealed his fate in the game. Number 8 is Enzo. He now has 2 kids. He's divorced. He admitted that later on in the episode. And he has a house where his mom lives. I don't know how this cricket got in my room, but hold on a second, guys. I can get this cricket away. All right. It's like really a cricket that jumped on here. I'm like, where the heck did you come from, Mr. Cricket? Anyway, Enzo lives with his aunt and his mom. They all live on different levels. He kept talking about Meow Meow. I haven't heard about Meow Meow in years. And he started the brigade. And he almost won, but he lost to 2 physical threats. I remember that as well. And he said that he's in the best shape of his life right now. So pretty much Ian and Kevin ended up winning that first competition. They're part of it, and they headed off to the HOH competition. But before that, they had to be kind of sequestered so they could bring in the next 4. But Ian basically said that he can't wait to see how... In fact, I messed my own self up reading my own notes when I said I can't wait to see how he's going to work his way out of this, because he really didn't want to win the first competition, and lo and behold, he ended up winning the first competition. As I said before, people have seen him in other seasons. This is going to be interesting. So then the next 4 people to enter the house, girls, all girls. Janelle from BB6, BB All-Stars, the first one, in BB14. She has 3 kids now, is a successful real estate agent. Her legacy is that she has the most competition wins in a season. She got rid of Will in All-Stars. She was in the final 3 2 times, and she's the best player who never won. And she said that age ain't nothing but a number. Bailey from season 20 is the 10th house guest to play in this game. She is a model, now a wife and a dog mom. If you haven't seen, she pops up on Say Yes to the Dress. I saw that episode with her and Swaggy. It's on TLC. Watch it if you want to see it. Anyway, she said her game was a roller coaster, but she fell in love with Swaggy, became the first jury member, and got the love of her life. She's 100% clear and game focused on winning. Number 11 was Nicole Anthony from BB21 last season. She made it 3rd place. She is a podcast co-host and covers a lot of reality TV. She is comfortable in her skin now and changed a lot during her journey on Big Brother. For me, watching Nicole deal with all that stuff in the game was hard. I remember the reaction on social media. That was really, really hard to watch. She's proud that she came in 3rd, and she said this time she's going to trust her gut. Then we get to Keisha, as in Keisha's birthday party. Keisha, yes, from season 10. She's iconic. She has 3 dogs who are basically her children. She won America's Favorite, and she talked a little bit about Keisha's birthday, and she said it was an awkward moment. This time she wouldn't be so trusting because she thought she could trust Dan and Memphis, and they played her. She is going to make more moves, not be so trusting, and she's smart, and the other players need to watch out for that. So Julie Chen talks to the 4 ladies. I believe she only talked to 2 of them. Nicole said it's incredible to be back. Janelle has apparently been in the house previously, and I forgot she was in there that long, for 177 days. She came back because she loves the Big Brother game. And Nicole ended up being the only player to head to the HOH competition from that group. Then we move on to the next group, which is another 4 of boys. All right, we got Kaysar, is 39. He's got a 4-year-old son. He's been married for 6 years. He said being a father means he's always ready for chaos. His Muslim faith and prayer, it grounds him and calms him. He traveled the world after Big Brother, and he became an executive at a biotech company. Kaysar was a fan fave. I liked him as well. He said no one ever sees him coming. He never made it to jury, and he wants to make it all the way. 14 brings back a very familiar face, Cody Calafiore, brother of Paulie Calafiore, from BB16. He's now a real estate agent and has a girlfriend for 4 years, or he and his girlfriend were together for 4 years. And he said that he's not going to be so flirty. I can't wait to see that. Cody not flirting even a little bit. I want to see that. And there's already some controversy regarding Cody, but we'll talk about it. And it's from social media, but we'll talk about it as soon as I get to the HOH competition. He said that he is one of the Hitman Alliance. Obviously, we all know that. He fell short because he chose Derek over Victoria. Now, he makes this comment. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me some comments about this. He said anyone who thought he was a puppet was wrong, that he played his own game. A lot of people will disagree with him on that. I think initially he played his own game, but it seemed like he was kind of following Derek's lead throughout the game. Was I one of the people who called Cody a puppet? At certain points in the game, yeah, I did. I admit it. All right, number 15 is Memphis. He's from BB10. He came in second place. He has a son now. He says that he has everything to prove. He lost in the finale of BB10, 7-0. He said he's going to be cutthroat, and he will, if he sees an alliance in the game or an alliance forming, he will throw a bomb in it. Then number 16. All right. Number 16 is David from season 20. Probably, or that's 21. Season 20, Lord. Season 21. He is the most controversial all-star pick since the rumors started swirling about who was in the house. Because I remember hearing David's name. Somebody at one point said Swaggy, but then it went from Swaggy to David. Why is he controversial? Because a lot of people don't think he deserves to be there because of his game and how he was basically one of the first people to get kicked out of the game. He now lives in LA. He says that he's going to be very calm and zen. He's playing nice and trustworthy, and he says that he can read people now. He said that, yeah, I know I was taken out by a twist. He's back to win, and he hopes there's no crazy twist. I'm kind of looking at him while I'm watching TV, kind of like, dude, this is Big Brother. There are always going to be twists. It just is what it is. All right, so Julie Chen decides to ask Cody and Memphis a question. Whose alliance was better? Obviously, Memphis is going to say the Brigade. And, no, the Renegades. I'm thinking of Enzo. Forgive me. Obviously, Memphis is going to say the Renegades, and Cody is going to say the Hitmen. It is what it is. Ironically, Memphis and Cody were the two that ended up winning the competition to head to the HOH competition. Alrighty, so pretty much it ends up being Christmas, Ian, Kevin, Nicole Anthony, Memphis, and Cody all fighting for the HOH. Now, already there's some controversy because when it comes to Big Brother, there's always some controversy where people were saying that Cody won because the competition was rigged. I wasn't really paying attention to that part, but it was just crazy how he ran across that thing and there was nothing that was shaking or anything. So you let me know how you feel. Comment below. Let me know. If you don't think that he was helped along by Big Brother, let me know. If you do, you're welcome to speak your piece. Alrighty, so another reason why people thought the competition was rigged is because they said that the men's hole was closer than the women's hole. So let me know how you feel about that below. Alrighty, so then we get to the next segment, which is basically where everybody meets each other. So everybody's happy to see each other. They hug, and me, I'm sitting here like it's still a pandemic. Whether they tested negative or not, it's still a pandemic. You guys should not be hugging at this point. Like, social distance a little bit, just a little bit. And the house guests are so happy to see each other that they just cannot hear Julie. So once everybody's kind of corralled in and Julie makes a joke that like the last person sitting is going to be the first person voted out, that'd be hilarious though, Big Brother. If you guys have that twist in a future season, that'd be crazy. But anyway, Julie found out that 7 players have gotten married since they were on Big Brother, Bailey being one of them. There were 3 divorces. Enzo is just like, I got divorced, and just like, alrighty. And then there were 6 children born since folks were on Big Brother. Alrighty, so Julie asked Nicole Francel, this is your 3rd time playing the game. Is playing in Big Brother tougher than planning a wedding? She says planning a wedding is tough because of like the pandemic and COVID-19 and everything. Alrighty, so Julie talks to Bailey. I figured she was going to talk to Bailey or Davon, but she went right to Bailey and she said, Bailey says, listen, if I can deal with Swaggy, I can deal with everybody in this house. And Julie's like, yeah, and you married him. She said, and I love him too. Kevin just said his reaction to being in the house is he's gagged. I like Kevin. Alrighty, so we get to the first HOH competition in the house that's known as BB City. This competition is known as Star Stepping. Alrighty, so basically if you're eliminated from Star Stepping, you have to pick up an envelope. So most of the envelopes have something bad, but one has something good. So basically, in the beginning, Memphis comes in at 1 minute, 12 seconds, and 22. And he had a painful fall during that. And I'm just like, dude, this dude's going to feel that pain throughout. Like, that was a hard fall. I felt bad for him. Okay, Cody comes in after Memphis and dethrones Memphis. And he basically goes through, runs straight across with no problem. 22 seconds and 0.06. Then Christmas, Kevin, Nicole, and Ian. Actually, I think it was 22:07, right? I'm trying to remember. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I think it was 22:07 because Christmas, Kevin, Nicole, and Ian all kind of like made it to 22:07 but didn't make it to the end, if you get what I'm saying. In other words, like they went through the competition, but when 22:07 hit, that was the end, so they didn't win. Pretty much I started thinking like, how did Cody make it across that thing? That was the one thought I had in my head, like, how did Cody make it without falling? Like, everybody else seemed to teeter-totter. I'm not saying that the game was rigged. Other people have said that. I'm just like, Cody really got lucky in this competition. That's all I'll say about that. Alrighty, so Julie decides to interview Cody because he's the winner of the Star Stepping HOH competition. She chats with him while he's in the diary room. He said that he was surprised to see Kaser, who is a very old school player, so I'm assuming Kaser is going to more than likely be one of his first targets. But then again, I remember Cody's track record, and he went after the women during his time in Big Brother, so we'll see how this goes. Alrighty, he said that he's nervous. He did not want to win first HOH, but he did. He really went for it because he said he wants to hold his fate in his hand, because he said that he did not really, the way he phrased it was kind of strange, but basically, to paraphrase, he did not talk to most of the people that are in the house, so he doesn't trust any of them. It's pretty much how you have to be in Big Brother. Anyway, he said that it's going to be very difficult to play without Derek. A lot of people felt some type of way about that. You got to see the comments online. There's some crazy comments about that. So pretty much because Cody won HOH, he's not a have-not, so he doesn't have to worry about anything this week. Pretty much those cards, as I said before, most of them have a punishment. One of them has something cool, and Julie reveals it's a cash prize. But here's the clincher. She makes him open up those cards in front of everybody. And I'm just like, see, this is why you don't win the first competition and you don't win the first HOH. But in regards to this competition, winning this first competition was a bad thing for the person who won $5,000, which was Christmas. So basically everybody's going to be looking at her like she got $5,000. Now if she's able to work her way through this and sidestep her way out of the target range, then she'll be good for a while. But I don't know when it comes to this group. I don't know what people are thinking, and I really won't have an idea until the feeds launch and also until Pop starts airing Big Brother After Dark. Alrighty, so pretty much Nicole, Kevin, Memphis, Ian and Janelle are all... Why did I put Janelle up here? Was Janelle in here? Yeah. See, when you follow me on this channel, you know that a lot of times I take notes and I'm just like, Look at this. But Janelle shouldn't be up here. It's actually, I'm sorry, I put Janelle. I don't know why I put Janelle. Ignore that. So pretty much Memphis, Christmas, Kevin, and Nicole, Anthony, and Ian are all have-nots. And they were supposed to be able to see their have-not room, but unfortunately the door wouldn't open, and people are on Twitter like, who child the ghetto? Our room was just me, Sage. I'm Erin also. I was just kind of like, it's gonna be a long summer for these folks. Anyways, pretty much the house guests as have-nots, they have to take cold showers, eat slop, and live in an uncomfortable room. Safe to say, this weirdo, like, dirty, dank, basement-looking place with all these pipes that are probably going to make noise looks like the worst have-not room of all time. So, can you imagine going from like regular quarantine where you have like your phone and your TV and your internet and stuff, and to going to Big Brother quarantine where you have nothing but time and you're surrounded by a bunch of people you can't trust? This is going to be a long summer in that room, as I said, and I'll say it again, child. Woo. And as I said before, there was a technical difficulty. They couldn't open up the door. I was laughing the whole time. Anyway, Julie tells us that there is a new twist. It's called the safety twist, or safety suite twist, where they're going to end up in this place. It's like 2 of them are going to end up at the safety suite, and they won't be able to be voted out. The biggest twist is that there's going to be a bunch of new rooms revealed, and each room will twist up the game. The first room, as Julie said, that's going to be revealed is called the Safety Suite, and each person gets a VIP pass, and pretty much the house guests will find out how that works later. And 2 house guests, I'm repeating myself, will end up in the Safety Suite. She said that Sunday's episode may be delayed because of golf. I mean, I, thank goodness, have access to that channel. I believe it's called 1055. It's like another CBS channel, so I'll be able to watch it. No more waiting until late. So when that episode airs, I will end up doing the review on time. And what will happen is that if you don't want to see the spoil or hear any spoilers, then don't watch the video until you watch the episode. But if you want the spoilers, come on in. But I will warn you that there are spoilers, because over the years I will get one random person who will say to me, you just spoiled it all for me. So I'm letting you know there will be spoilers. So you have been warned. All right, so everybody gets to see the rooms and everything. And there was one part where Bailey chose the bed that had Swaggy's face on the wall near. I guess they figured his face was kind of on the wall like this, so she chose that particular bed. Danny Donato said that she's surprised that Derek isn't in the house. Somebody said something about the AC not being on. It looks like the game faces are on. It looks like people are trying to figure stuff out. I don't know who is going to end up being voted out or nominated. I won't know till I watch the feeds at 2:30 in the morning. But that's pretty much Big Brother Season 22 All-Stars number 2. So let me know how you feel about this season so far, just from the 2-hour premiere. And as I said before, hit the little bell and you'll get your notification that a new video is up. I don't know how I'm going to review it, because I was thinking about, only doing reviews on Thursdays pertaining to the evictions, but I may end up doing what I always do and review. Shout out to Patrick, who recently said that he really wanted me to do these reviews because I wasn't entirely sure. Every summer I always say I'm not going to do it. After last season, I was kind of disheartened, like, do I really want to watch the season and just watch the same thing happen? But this season might be different. There's a big might. And my mom gives me a reality check when I'm watching it, because she's just like, you know what's going to happen in regards to the cast, and I'm just like, hopefully it won't, but she always ends up being right. So anyways, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my brand of crazy regarding Big Brother, and hit the notifications bell so you will get a notification that poof, there's a video and I'm here. So until next time, guys, I'm Sage Valentine, and I'll be back to do another review. Will it be posted on Sunday? No, because my Sundays are jam-packed. I have quite a few TV shows to watch, finales to watch, so I don't want you to sit there and wait for me to do a review when I'm not going to be able to do it. But in closing, what I will say is that this premiere was entertaining. Let's see how the rest of the season's going to be. Leave me some comments. Let me know what your predictions are. I don't have a favorite at this point. I don't want to have any at all, to be honest. I am going to sit back and watch and see how these people are going to change their different strategies, and hopefully people do not repeat the same mistakes. So until next time, love you all. Take care. Bye, guys. Peace out. Bye.